Hi and welcome to the vlog. Do you like my workspace? I love it. I love it. I feel so festive and it's nice to sit here. This is my dining room and this is not where I usually sit and work, but I'm sitting here right now because I want the Christmas tree instead of the laundry. Maybe I should turn my laundry pile into a Christmas tree. Honestly, I think I could. It is that bad. Oh. Anyway, child custody over Christmas. Divorced, co-parenting, special needs parents. How do we split the kids? Now, when I grew up, because my parents divorced as well, and I grew up in Sweden, they're both Swedish. In Sweden, we celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve. And basically every other year, I would be Christmas Eve with mum and New Year's Eve with dad, and then swap over. But whoever I'd not spent Christmas Eve with that year would create a little mini Christmas, either before or after. So we had 2 Christmas Eves. And exactly the same with New Year. They both wanted to celebrate New Year with me and my brother, so they would do a kind of little mini New Year's celebration as well, extra, whoever we weren't with that year. Plus my birthday falls in between Christmas and New Year. So for about 10 years of my life, I had 2 Christmases, 2 birthdays and 2 New Year's Eves in the span of 1 week. And it got a bit much. When I was a young adult, I actually turned around and said, I'm not celebrating Christmas anymore. Can you believe it? I mean, look at me now. I'm just loving all of the Christmasness. But yes, for many years, I didn't bother because it was too much. It was too much. And I'm wondering if my kids are going to have a similar thing. Because I'm Swedish and I celebrate on Christmas Eve and I live here in England, it kind of makes things a little easier for me and Rob, the girl's dad, to split the girls up on Christmas because he's English and he celebrates on Christmas Day. Every year now, last year, this year, going forwards, it's going to be kind of the standard. I have them Christmas Eve, he has them Christmas Day. And we both get to celebrate on the day that's important to us. While we were still together, we still celebrated Christmas over 2 days. We would usually go and visit my brother down in London on Christmas Eve, and then we would have our family Christmas on Christmas Day. And actually the girls would get presents both days. They would get presents from the Swedish side on Christmas Eve and from the English side on Christmas Day. And we just spread it out that way and it worked really well. So not much has actually changed except that we're in separate households now. So I messaged Rob in late November and I said, how do you want to split the Christmas holiday up this year? Christmas Eve is on a Friday, Christmas Day then following is the Saturday. That is the weekend that I should be having the girls. And then New Year's Eve is the weekend after, and that's a weekend where you should be having the girls. But obviously we're not going to stick to the weekend schedule over Christmas, but rather come to a better agreement. And he came back to me and he said, well, I want Christmas Day. I said, yeah, of course, that's absolutely fine. Of course it's fine. A few days later, he texted me again and he said, I've just been invited to a New Year's Eve party. Is it okay if I have that weekend? Sure. Is it okay if I have my birthday? His response was, of course. So I get my birthday child free. He gets New Year's Eve weekend. We are both happy. We're both in agreement. And then the only question is, what the heck do we do with the rest of the Christmas holiday? Christmas holiday this year is 2.5 weeks, which I'm not too happy about. So we do an every other weekend thing. Every other weekend I have both the girls. Every other weekend Dad has both the girls. And the way it's going to happen now over Christmas, because the way Christmas is falling, is that they are with their dad the weekend before Christmas. But then again, they're with Dad the weekend of Christmas. Christmas Day and Boxing Day. And then because he's having them 2 weekends in a row, I then have them the New Year's Eve weekend because that's what he's asked me to do. But I'm going to have them the next weekend in January as well to make up for the fact that he had them 2 weekends in a row and then I have them 2 weekends in a row. And then we're back into a set term time schedule, which I hope is going to work out. I've made some changes to how we do it. It's a little bit more predictable and it's a little bit less choppy for Elin, because the way we had it This term it got really choppy for Elin, and then Alice got the nice long stretches with one parent, and I just wanted to even that out a bit. Now the days between Christmas and New Year, usually during the weekdays we actually split the girls up, so one of the girls is with me and the other is with Dad, and then we swap them over. But I've not done that for the Christmas holiday schedule. A little bit at the very start of Christmas holiday I've got them split up, but then come the week between Christmas and New Year I've just got them both with me for a couple of nights, both with Dad for a couple of nights, and then they are both with me over that weekend. When the school starts midweek, 5th of December, so I've got them split up at the start of that week just to have that. Elin's with me at the start of the week, Elin's with Dad at the end of the week, then they're with me over the weekend, and then Elin's with me at the start, Elin's with Dad at the end, then they're with Dad over the weekend, and that's the schedule we've settled on for the time being. We're a year and a half into this co-parenting malarkey, and we're still trying to work out what works and what doesn't work. Strictly speaking, they should be with Dad a lot more than they are, but I can, while I'm still working from home and just working on the vlog, I can work around childcare schedule quite well. It's working at the moment. That was a lot of work. If I go back to work, as in if I go back to work for an employer, then things are going to have to change, obviously. But for now, I can handle this. So that's the childcare schedule over Christmas. It has been quite pleasant communicating with Dad about it this year. Last year was a bit more toxic, shall we say. But I think right now we are in a reasonably good place communication-wise. In order to draw up the schedule, I actually have a color-coded Excel spreadsheet that I use, because it is quite complex getting organized with which child is where, and I'm quite a visual person. As you know, I have my bullet journal, and I've actually gone and, I don't know how well you can see this, or if I should just insert a photo of it, but I've actually gone ahead and sort of done a color coding in my bullet journal as well to show who is where over Christmas. Then everything has to go into a Google Calendar that Rob and I share access to. That was a kitchen roll I just knocked over. And then I plug everything into a Google Calendar that Dad and I share access to. We actually have a number of calendars we share access to. We have a calendar that is Elin's. We put all of her carer hours in there, all of her appointments in there, and anything sort of extracurricular. And then we have a calendar that is just Alice's. And again, her extracurricular goes in there. If she has a doctor's appointment or anything like that, it goes in there. And then we have the child custody or child care calendar, and that's only for who is where of the girls. And those are the three calendars we share. He no longer has access to my private calendar. I no longer have access to his private calendar. We used to when we were still together, but now obviously it's private life and you don't want to share it. Yeah, so that's how we're splitting the child schedule, the childcare over the Christmas holiday this year. I think it's going to work out fine. I'm really looking forward to my Christmas Eve with my girls, and I'm even more looking forward to having Christmas Day to myself. Oh, I remember last year people were shocked and they went, "But you can't be alone on Christmas." And I went, "What do you mean?" "But you're on your own on Christmas Day." And I said, "Well, yeah, but I'm not alone on Christmas, because for me, Christmas is Christmas Eve." Nobody will ever say, "Oh my God, you can't be alone on Boxing Day." Christmas Day to me is like Boxing Day. So I don't really get it. And I have to admit that last year, I gloried in my child-free day. Now I have the most wonderful neighbours, so my bonus mom next door, she handed me an enormous plate of Christmas dinner last year. It's like, here. So I ate that, and then I crashed out in a turkey coma. I didn't even have to cook. It was so wonderful. It was just so nice and chilled. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about how I create the childcare schedule, or how sort of the thinking behind it all, then do let me know. It's not easy when you have two children with very, very separate needs. The easiest thing would be to just split them 50-50 straight off, both girls here, both girls there, but it doesn't really work like that. And we're also juggling different appointments and different commitments, so yeah, do ask me questions if you have any. Thank you for watching. See you again soon. Bye.